Hello, it's Julie from Camellia Crafts Designs. Welcome and welcome back. Yeah, a bit of a different project today. I was asked by someone to create them a cover to house some booklets in the theme of Edith Holden. And I instantly thought of this that I made after watching tutorials by, I can't say this lady's name because I want to say it Johanna Clough and I know it's not. Is it Johanna Clough? I think that's right. I apologise if I'm wrong. And Barbara at 49 Dragonflies, because Barbara followed the tutorial and made one. And what it is, it's a journal that has removable signatures. I have made it slightly different because I didn't want this too fancy for myself. So as you can see, you've got elastic there, you've got holes where I've put rivets in, and if you open it up, well, if I open it up, you can see that inside I've got signatures that can be removed. I didn't put the elastic wasn't as thick as I would have liked when I made mine because it was the elastic I had, but if you can see, you can remove the whole signature. Each piece of elastic is double, so I could actually put 2 signatures in there. It's gone quite baggy, that elastic. I really need to tighten it up, but do you know what, I'm not doing just yet. So yeah, and this is the book I use for my page ideas. In fact, do you know what, I've got it upside down. Let's turn it right way up, because I didn't go to town decorating it. It's functional, this. It's not pretty, it's functional. It can be made pretty, but I just were in too much of a rush to make it pretty. So yeah, these are my page ideas, you know, or spare pages. If I've been making a journal and I have spare pages that I decide don't want to go in it, I just pop them in here for future projects. So yeah, I've got 3 signatures. Yeah, these are my sewn pages with pockets, so I can remind myself of the pages I use. You know, you have those days, don't you, when you can't think what to do. So I'll look through something like this. But yeah, you could use, I don't even know where I saw that. That's got a magnetic flap and an extra pocket there, so you can hide something in that. Perhaps put a pocket. Anyway, it's not the inside I'm making today. That was one I did by following a tutorial at Dawn at the Book Vandal shop. Yeah, so anyway, I'm going to take these signatures out so that you can see the book. I'm actually making the one now for the lady who's ordered it. So I thought, you know what, I've been going to make one of these and show you how to do it for a while. I know Tania at Tatty Treasures wants to make one like this. So yeah, that is the bare bones of the book. As you can see, I didn't bother covering the pages with anything. It's some old, I don't even know what book it was. So what I've basically done is cover the spine to cover up all the nastiness where you've gutted the book. I've covered it in some calico fabric, same on the outside. As you can see there, I didn't realise that the book colour was going to run with the glue, but this one's for me, it don't matter. And then I have punched 3 holes with my hole punch and put rivets in. I've used the We Are Memory Keepers rivets because they are so good. The quality is spot on. And then I've just threaded elastic round twice. The one that Barbara made and the one that Johanna made, they're elastic. They left tails on the bottom. Can you see that? I'm in shot, yeah. And decorated it with beads. If I wanted to change this book to there at any point, I could. But this is my ideas book. I didn't want beads clanking all over. If it was a pretty journal I was going to use for journaling, I may want beads, but I didn't. And the lady I'm making the book for doesn't want beads. But I could change it to that at any point. I could change the elastic. I've just tied it with bows. So yeah, I'm going to start by showing you how to gut the book. There's lots of book gutting videos about, so I apologise to people who know how to do it. Just yeah, you can fast forward or watch something else. I know I've got one or two newer ladies who don't know how to do this. So this is a copy of the Country Diary Garden Notes. It's quite a shiny book, so I wouldn't actually do it. It's a lovely picture, but it's very shiny. I don't like the shine. I suppose I could put some kind of matte medium on it, but then I'm never confident when covering something this shiny that it won't peel off. So this book cover is the exact same size that I want for this project, so I'm going to use it. As you can see, I've already taken all the page, well, most of them. You know, like the outer pages and each signature are stuck in a little bit better. They're the ones that have stayed stuck. Now, they're not going to come out nicely, so I'll get those when I gut the book. So, if you can see this, I've started there, look. So this spine is not attached to the outer cover, and we've got a gap here. So I am just basically going to either do it with a craft knife, but no, because I'm not safe with craft knives, as you've seen. I cut myself, so I'm going to use scissors. I like to get my scissors in that gap and just snip away. Then I know I'm not going to go slashing the actual cover. Although on this one I am going to take the pages, the cover pages apart, because I want a much deeper spine than this book gives me. If I'd had a book the right size with the right depth of spine, I would have used it. Or, where we're not in lockdown or near to it, I would have gone to my local charity shop and had a rummage for a book the exact same size. But I'm not going to do that today because I don't want to. It'll be a rabbit hole. I've not been in the charity shop for a good long while, and it's probably going to be a day's job having a look round. So that's not happening. So can you see I'm just snipping these? It's not. There you go. I'll then be able to get those last few pages off that spine piece and use them. So here we go. Oh, I've got an extra. Oh, I like that. That is a lovely cream. That'll do really well for backing tags. That needs saving. So we've got our book gutted. It's not the prettiest gutting in the world, but again, every piece of this is going to be covered, so it doesn't matter. We've got this overhang here that I don't like, so I'm just going to do this. I'm going to tear. I'm not tearing towards that because I don't want a big jagged edge. I'm just going to, as I tear, I'm tearing away towards the inner spine, just to get off these really bulky bits. They also might affect the use. I'm not going to do that one because it's not hanging over as much. Now the next thing I'm going to need to do is cut this. Now you may or may not have a rotary trimmer. I do mine. I've got quite a heavy duty rotary trimmer and I use that. If you don't have one, the best thing for you to use would be a knife, and a ruler. I don't do it. I just don't do it. If you want to see someone cutting something like this with a knife and a ruler, you're going to have to watch someone who cuts with a knife and a ruler. I am too afraid of cutting something thick with a knife and a ruler. So I'm going to get out my chompy rotary trimmer. This is a workhorse. I have had this rotary trimmer, I am not kidding you, for over 20 years. I may have even had it over, yeah, I may have had it over 25 years. The name's missing. It was a rotary trim. That company don't make these anymore. You can get one exactly the same from a company called Carl. So I'm going to slide that under. I ought to have moved a few more things off my desk for this, didn't I? There we go. Got more room to slide. I'm going to line it up where I want it. I'm going to make sure that my book covers are at the exact same place, so they're both the same size. I don't want to trim on the cardboard. I want to trim just past it. Yes, I can feel that that's going just past the thick board. We're not going all the way through. Oh, we've gone all the way through along most of it. So I'm going to come in with my large Tim Holtz scissors now. If I can find them, that is. I have a big pot with all my tool things in, such as scissors and, yeah, scissors and rulers. And then I put my tablet that I watch YouTube on while I'm crafting in front of it, and I can't get to it. Don't know where Tim Holtz is. I'll use these big these used to be my fabric scissors, but I've used them for things that aren't fabric for way too many times. So I'm just going to cut along the edge. There you go. It's gone mostly through. This is quite a thick book cover. Had it not gone through quite this well, I'd have just flipped the book cover over and gone through from the other side. So I just want to neaten that now. There we go. One more little bit. Gonna have to come in from that side into that bit. But like I said, that bit's going to be covered, doesn't matter. So that's one page. Then I'm going to come in and do the exact same thing with the other page. Get it in the exact same place. Probably if I was stood up above this, putting lots of pressure on, it would have gone all the way through. Yeah, it's just the end bits where it's a bit thicker, it don't want to go all the way through, but we've got most of it. Like I say, use a craft knife and a ruler if you're safe to use them. I'm not. I can just manage to do a bit of paper. There we go. So now we have the covers for our book, and what I will do next is I will make a spine. Now, because I'm not mega organised, I'm just going to pause while I grab my chipboard, which is out of reach. And I'm back. Right, all I've done, I didn't really need to show this. I've cut a piece of chipboard, and this piece of chipboard is the same length as my book, which is about 9¼ inches, and it's 2 inches wide, because I wanted a spine on this book not quite as wide as the one on the book I'd made for myself. Now, what I'm going to do before I cover the book in whatever paper I choose, I'm going to use some of this, and this is Tyvek tape. Yeah, I know a lot of people use a Tyvek to strengthen spines, and I know you lucky ladies over in the US and maybe some other countries, your postal service use a lot of Tyvek envelopes, so you can use used envelopes. We don't tend to use it in this country. They're all polythene and plastic. I don't know what Tyvek's made of actually. I think it's some paper plastic hybrid, I really don't know. But if you're not familiar with Tyvek, Tyvek can be cut, but it cannot be torn. So that makes it ideal for us to use with our books. And I'm just going to put Tyvek there, and the same again on the other side. But when I make this spine, if I stick those straight together, I'm going to have trouble opening my book. So you have to do it with a little bit of a gap there. Yeah. Now the gap people recommend varies from between, yeah, the width of your book cover to 1/4 inch. Now on this one, I think I'm just going to eyeball it. I really am. I know I want it about that. Yeah, I don't know how wide that is, but that's how I want it. This is where my mat comes in handy. I'm going to use my grid lines to line my book up there, and I'm going to line the bottom of my spine up there. I'm going to move these other books off my desk altogether. These were the books I were like auditioning, I will call it. I've heard someone else use that, I can't remember who. I think it might be Rachel at Roxy Creations. And I will line my other book page up. And yeah, that's how I want it roughly. So yeah, so the first thing I'm going to do is cut a piece of this Tyvek tape. If I've moved it already, don't worry, I will put it back the correct length. I'm going to make it a tiny little bit shorter, I think, so it's not going all the way to the edge. I will then make the outer one a tiny bit longer and overlap a little bit, if that makes sense. You'll see it when I do it. Scissors. Come here, Mr. Tim Holtz scissors. I use the bottom of the book to get the cut straight as well. So yeah, that one's spot on. I need another one that length. I apologise if my phone rings. I'm waiting for a call from my daughter's school. So if it does ring, I'll just stop the video quite abruptly and I'll come back. You never know. I'm not stopping my life waiting for a call. It might take them all day to get back to me. I can't spend all day twiddling my thumbs. I then want the next one a bit longer so I can then overlap it. So yeah, about yay length. So I'll cut another one that length. Yeah, in this country people normally buy the Tyvek in A4 sheets, but I saw Zoe Tofield at Raz's Crafts use this, and it just makes your life so much easier. You don't have to mess about putting glue on it because it comes, yeah, already sticky. And it is really sticky, it's very good. You don't have to put another glue on it to make sure it stays. Right, so I will start by putting my shorter piece. I'll put one shorter piece on there. Now the good thing about this is the backing comes, you have, look at that. You have a short piece and a longer piece. So what I tend to do is peel the longer piece off, sorry, the narrower piece off. It's a narrower and a wider piece. I don't know if you can see that, that's the backing. I peel the narrower one off and then I'll take my spine piece and first I will line that up with the edge of the other piece of backing that remains. So there we go, we've got that on. Yeah, and I'll then do this same with the other piece. It's just one of them little things that makes my life easier, and I like having not an easy life. When your life's easier in some ways, you've got more time to do other things, haven't you? It's the time factor. It's not about being lazy, is it? It's about having time left then to do other things. I've gone and put that wrong side. Good job I'd not pressed it down. It is quite sticky stuff, this. That's better. So that's that one. There we go. And because I am doing the inside of the book first, I will now turn these upside down. Yeah? Do you follow me? Because when I put the Tyvek on, I want the longer piece on the outside of the book to wrap to the inside. I just do. I don't even think it makes a difference, but that's how I do it. So I will now come in and peel the backing off the rest of that piece of Tyvek. It's quite expensive, this Tyvek tape, but it lasts a long time. I think it's about a 50-metre roll. It cost me about £20, but you can work it out. This is 9 inches. So I need 18, I need 36 inches in total, which is a yard. We're talking English money now. And a yard is shorter than a metre. So I'm going to get over 50 books from that one £20 roll. So yeah, do some more maths. Tell me how much it is per book. My head's not in space where I can do maths today. So I'm gonna use my thick line on here. I'm lining that up. I'm gonna butt that one up against it. So we can line it all up, can't we? And then I'm going to come in and eyeball this. I want the gap about yay, so yeah. It's hard when you're not above it. Excuse my noggin. Yeah, I like that. So I'm going to press that down now. Yeah. And then I'm going to turn the whole thing around because I can't work on left. I just can't. I wonder if when you're left-handed you can't work on right. I don't know. And I'm going to peel the backing off that one. And I'm going to line that up again. Roughly line that up. That gap looks pretty much similar. Yeah, we're pretty much in a straight line there. And I'm going to press that down. So there we have our spine. So our book will open and close. Oh, that's going to be spot on, that is. So now I've got the Tyvek on the other side, I'm going to come in and put Tyvek on this side. I'm just going to take all the backing off this. And the way I like to do it to make sure it lines up with the inside is I put my piece of Tyvek on my mat and then I will lay this over. Can you see I like the edges lined up? I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect. And then I will wrap this bit over. There we go. This will ensure that your book is not going to go cracking along that spine. So grab my other piece of Tyvek, take my backing off. And then again, this is one of those things, there's lots of different ways to do it. There's no wrong or right way, people have their own preferences. This is the way I found that works for me. I can do this easily. I don't cut myself, which is always a big plus, isn't it? No visits to A&E. Yeah. And in the end, it is quite cost effective because I'm not cutting up any bits of Tyvek and wasting them. Don't tell me I have. I've put that on the same side. So let's take that back off. You silly woman. Luckily, because the Tyvek is so shiny, it will come off pretty easily without ruining it. You silly woman. It wouldn't be me, would it? I wouldn't be me, would it, if I didn't make a mistake. Stay. So hard to get this down now, it's curled. Do you know what? Just so I'm not messing for 3 years on video, I'm going to cut another piece of Tyvek. What am I like? I'm getting tidy. I've actually put it away already. What's that all about? So yeah, you can get more books if you didn't make mistakes with it. Oh, that's just a rip on the backing, not the actual Tyvek. Oh, I can live with that. What am I like? Put that away nicely again, Julie. I've got it in a bag with another one of my rolls of red line tape. That's a wider roll. And this is the one I'm doing this time, this side. You dozy woman. Just move it out of the way while I put my tape down. That's much better. A new piece does lay much flatter than a piece you've had to peel off. So I'm just again line the edges up. My liking, and I'm going to fold that over and fold that over. Right, then what I like to do is I like to stick the two pieces of Tyvek together. I'm going to get my bone folder. I'm going to try the big end first, bit too big. Try that end, bit too big. I need my different bow. I need this one, that's better. And I'm just gonna jiggle those. I want the Tyvek to stick together. I want this book to have definite, like a real book, it is a real book. And I'm doing this even before I put paper on, because I will wait until I've got paper on to do this. You can see you might bring it up, but just pop it back down. This is why I've not burnished it at any point yet. And because this Tyvek doesn't tear, it lets you do this quite easily. I just want that definition. So it's I'm just going to jiggle that bit. I'm like pushing it. Can you see I'm pushing it together? And you get that point in the end. You just need to keep going on either side until you're happy with how it looks. And like I say, I like to do this before I put paper on. You then might find...
I found from WikiHow. Step 1. Pay attention to your thoughts.
Yes.
Step 2. Keep a thought journal.
Interesting.
Step 3. Make a list of your positive attributes.
Oh, this sounds good. I might do
Step 4.
this.
Quiet your inner critic by focusing on the positive. Step 5. Have your own mantra.
Yeah, I'm just going to burnish this while we're listening to this.
Up. To learn more details about this and other how-tos from WikiHow, say open WikiHow.
Right, there we just had a guest appearance by my little friend, ALEX. Hey, we've not had one of them for a while, have we? I really don't know what I said to activate that. Oh, I got a new, do you know on Black Friday? I'm just keeping going with this till it's as flexible as this one. Yeah. On Black Friday, I took advantage of one of the Amazon deals and bought myself one of those Echo shows. I wanted it for kitchen because sometimes I know in day when I'm on my own, I do have a definite lunchtime because it's just a break in the middle of my day. When you work from home, you've got to have these little routines, I think. And I will go and take 20 minutes, half an hour for myself. And yeah, I can then watch a little bit of something on YouTube or on TV. I tend to stay away from crafting at my lunchtime. So I bought this Echo show and I'm telling you, I honestly don't know if it's faulty, but it just says what it wants, does what it wants, responds to what it wants. I'm happy with that now. That is my cover. That is all ready to take something to cover it in. I'm not 100% sure which card or which paper, but I'm thinking something like this, something craft. I may want one that's I want one that's a closer colour to that. I do have quite a few different types and different weights. I will cover the whole book in that. I will then decorate the front cover with pages from the Edith Holden or Nature Notes book. I'm just waiting back on the lady deciding which is her very favourite image for the front. And then, as I did on this book, I will put some fabric over this spine again, just to make sure this book lasts. I probably won't make it as deep and it probably won't be as messy as my own. And then I'm thinking some book corners. Yeah, I think book corners, it's going to need book corners just to give it some longevity. But yeah, I'm happy with how that's going so far. I will have to get everything covered before I start punching holes in it. It's nail biting when you make one of these, because you don't want to go wrong punching holes, do you, after you've done all that work? It's like, wow. If I did go wrong punching the holes, having done all that work, I would then use some filler to fill in the holes, put another spine cover on and turn it into a different journal. Yeah, that's what I would do. Nothing's ever wasted, nothing ever goes wrong, it just goes different. So I hope you enjoyed that. Also Vanessa, one of my subscribers, she was asking for some hints and tips on what to do with some photo albums she'd got, and that was my first thought. Yeah, take everything out of it so she's left with the cover, and then put elastic round. You don't have to put holes in for the elastic. Yeah, all that does is keep your 3 signatures, as I'm putting in this, nicely spaced apart. Yeah, you could just put the elastic around and put your covers in. In fact, I'm just going to grab a bit of elastic. I do have some thicker black elastic now to use, but I'm going to show you with this white. Oh, I've got some grey there. Yeah, I'll show you what I mean. You could just wrap it around. This is for you, Vanessa. Wrap it around just like that, as many times as you wanted, to put as many signatures in as you wanted. If you don't have the tools to cut the holes, you don't have to. Yeah, you may have to just wiggle them now and again to make sure they stay where you want. But yeah, we can put a third one in. Yeah, and then you can tie it however you want. I've seen this done where people then, this is your spine, they then gather the spine like that. So the spine looks, I'll move my hand out of the way. We'll hold it with one finger. Can you see? Then your spine will look more pretty. Yeah? So that is a good way to do it. Right, I've gone in waffle mode now. I'm going to stop waffling and I will come back and show you how to cover this when I get onto it. So thank you very much for joining me, and I'll catch you later. Bye.